don't want to have to sit there dwelling on ideas, and I will get to that, I will get to that. The sooner you can either do it or decide you're never going to do it, the better. And I know you know that, but you can never hear that enough. So I'm actually not going to send this email. I'm going to execute. You're not disturbing me, Tech Mighty. The thing is, I was waiting for Syntastu to chime in. He said he was going to go to dinner and come back, and he hasn't. So, but, okay, but here it is. This is the first question. And you'll see I have the website up here because it is a high priority. And you're not disturbing me. You guys can, you can say whatever you want to say whenever you want to say it. I think you're mostly saying, can you answer me now? You're not saying that you're sorry for disturbing me. You're saying, please tell me right now in a polite way. I appreciate that. That's fine. You can manage me too. Cybertech's on fire. Alright. I am going to take a quick washroom break. You'll see me leave the studio for a moment, and then I'm going to grab my my ham wrap, which doesn't take any reheating. So I'm gonna just be gone for a couple minutes. No one. Let's see. Is War Thundy still here, by the way? I wanted to ask him something. War Thundy, if you're still here, I wanted to ask you about that War on Tanks game. Have you played that? Because we're trying to do that. You guys know about the contest for Overwolf, the Twitch Overwolf app contest? We're going to enter that. Not only are we going to enter it, we're going to win. And I might code that app myself here live on stream, because it'll probably take me like 4 hours and win. It's going to... Okay, you know what I'll do? I'll play the trailer for the game. This one. Check the volume. I'm gonna let the music play with it, just because this video will end before I get back, probably. So I'll be just back a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere. Don't miss this video.
Hey, are you going to the Heartland Gaming Expo?
Sorry, the music's
What's the
on.
Heartland Gaming Expo?
It's this great gaming expo in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They've got game development panels and tutorials and even a game jam.
That sounds great. What else is there?
Eric Peterson from Descendant Studios will be there talking about their new game.
Who else will be there?
Matt Harmon from Bonozo apps will be there. And there's a game jam team to make the best game in just 24 hours.
What if I want to learn how to make games?
They have tutorials too, and a gallery show where you can see others.
What if I just want to play some games?
You can do that too. There's a free play game booth, but if you're feeling competitive, there's a game tournament, and here comes the award-winning composer Chance Thomas.
That sounds great. When is it?
The Heartland Gaming Expo is April 11th and 12th here in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the Cox Business Center. Hey, are you going to the Heartland Gaming Expo?
What's the Heartland Gaming Expo?
It's this great gaming expo in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They've got game development panels and tutorials and even a game jam.
That sounds great. What else is there?
Eric Peterson from Descendant Studios will be there talking about their new game.
Who else will be there?
Matt Harmon from Bonozo Apps will be there. And there's a game jam where teams compete to make the best game in just 24 hours.
What if I want to learn how to make a game?
They have tutorials too, and a gallery show where you can see other people's games.
What if I just want to play some games?
You can do that too. There's a free play game room, but if you're feeling competitive, there's a game tournament, and you can come see the award-winning composer, Chance Thomas.
That sounds great. When is it?
The Heartland Gaming Expo is April 11th and 12th here in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the Cox Business.
Oh, perfect timing, huh? Oh no, it looped? Okay, that looped. Well, thank you again for... This is Tulsa Game Masters. This is an event that I host every 2 weeks on Saturday at 11 a.m. my time. And I basically... It's been growing. It's just a meetup, if you know what meetups are. And okay. Ooh. Wow. Tech Mighty, do you get... Can you try... On the, try again on the Syntasu.me site, and see if you get the same error. And thank you for sharing the screenshot on Dropbox. All right. Do you guys like raps? No, not rap music. I mean, I like rap music, but... So normally I try to like play a cool video that I handpick. But I don't have any. Okay, I got one. So I handpick videos that they're ones I want to see for me, and I play them while I snack. I'm gonna pause the music, and we are going to. Sometimes they're actually always been great, but they're not always super clear how they relate to game development the very first time. But you'll find out if you watch them with me. They always do.
If you remember that first decade of the web, it was really a static place. You could go online, you could look at pages, and they were put up either by organizations who had teams to do it, or by individuals who were really tech savvy for the time. And with the rise of social media...
Sorry, I was 99 to life. Do you know me or something?
media and social networks in the early 2000s, the web was completely changed to a place where now the vast majority of content we interact with is put up by average users, either
I wonder why the stream's failing.
in YouTube videos or blog posts or product reviews or social media postings. And it's also become a much more interactive place where people are interacting with others, they're commenting, they're sharing, they're not just reading. So Facebook's not the only place you can do this, but it's the biggest, and it serves to illustrate the numbers. Facebook has 1.2 billion users per month. So half the Earth's internet population is using Facebook. They're a site, along with others, that's allowed people to create an online persona.
I'm going to pause it right there because I have been reading that as actually a true. That's true. Half the world is using Facebook once a day. Like, it's mind blow. But it's not really if you just realize Facebook is just like email.
With very little technical skill. And people responded by putting huge amounts of personal data online. So the result is that we have behavioral, preference, demographic data for hundreds of millions of people, which is unprecedented in history. And as a computer scientist, what this means is that I've been able to build models that can predict all sorts of hidden attributes for all of you that you don't even know you're sharing information about. As scientists, we use that to help the way people interact online, but there's less altruistic applications. And there's a problem in that users don't really understand these techniques and how they work, and even if they did, they don't have a lot of control over it. So what I want to talk to you about today is some of these things that we're able to do, and then give us some ideas of how we might go forward to move some control back into the hands of users. So this is Target the company. I didn't just put that logo on this poor pregnant woman's belly. You may have seen this anecdote that was printed in Forbes magazine where Target sent a flyer to this 15-year-old girl with advertisements and coupons for baby bottles and diapers and cribs 2 weeks before she told her parents that she was pregnant. Yeah, the dad was really upset. So how did Target figure out that this high school girl was pregnant before she told her parents? It turns out that they have the purchase history for hundreds of thousands of customers, and they compute what they call a pregnancy score, which is not just whether or not a woman's pregnant, but what her due date is. And they compute that not by looking at like the obvious things like she's buying a crib or baby clothes, but things like she bought more vitamins than she normally had, or she bought a handbag that's big enough to hold diapers. And by themselves, those purchases don't seem like they might reveal a lot, but it's a pattern of behavior that when you take it in the context of thousands of other people, starts to actually reveal some insights. So that's the kind of thing that we do when we're predicting stuff about you on social media. We're looking for little patterns of behavior that when you detect them among millions of people, lets us find out all kinds of things. So in my lab and with colleagues, we've developed mechanisms where we can quite accurately predict things like your political preference, your personality score, gender, sexual orientation, religion, age, intelligence, along with things like how much you trust the people you know and how strong those relationships are. We can do all of this really well. And again, it doesn't come from what you might think of as obvious information. So my favorite example is from this study that was published this year in the Proceedings of the National Academies. If you Google this, you'll find it. It's 4 pages, easy to read. And they looked at just people's Facebook likes, so just the things you like on Facebook, and used that to predict all these attributes along with some other ones. And in their paper, they listed the 5 likes that were most indicative of high intelligence. And among those was liking a page for curly fries. Curly fries are delicious, but liking them does not necessarily mean that you're smarter than the average person. So how is it that one of the strongest indicators of your intelligence is liking this page when the content is totally irrelevant to the attribute that's being predicted? And it turns out that we have to look at a whole bunch of underlying theories to see why we're able to do this. One of them is a sociological theory called homophily, which basically says people are friends with people like them. So if you're smart, you tend to be friends with smart people, and if you're young, you tend to be friends with young people.
I baked this cookie.
This is well established for hundreds of years. We also know a lot about how information spreads through networks. It turns out things like viral videos or Facebook likes or other information spreads in exactly the same way that diseases spread through social networks. So this is something we've studied for a long time. We have good models of it. And so you can put those things together and start seeing why things like this happen. So if I were to give you a hypothesis, it would be that a smart guy started this page, or maybe one of the first people who liked it would have scored high on that test. And they liked it, and their friends saw it. And by homophily, we know that he probably had smart friends. And so it spread to them, and some of them liked it. And they had smart friends, and so it spread to them, and so it propagated through the network to kind of a host of smart people, so that by the end, the action of liking the curly fries page is indicative of high intelligence, not because of the content, but because the actual action of liking reflects back the common attributes of other people who have done it. So this is pretty complicated stuff, right? It's a hard thing to sit down and explain to an average user. And even if you do, what can the average user do about it? How do you know that you've liked something that indicates a trait for you that's totally irrelevant to the content of what you've liked? There's a lot of power that users don't have to control how this data is used. And I see that as a real problem going forward. So I think there's a couple paths that we want to look at if we want to give users some control over how this data is used, because it's not always going to be used for their benefit. An example I often give is that if I ever get bored being a professor, I'm going to go start a company that predicts all of these attributes and things like how well you work in teams, and if you're a drug user, if you're an alcoholic, we know how to predict all that. And I'm going to sell reports to HR companies and big businesses that want to hire you. We totally can do that now. I could start that business tomorrow, and you would have absolutely no control over me using your data like that. That seems to me to be a problem. So one of the paths we can go down is the policy and law path. And in some respects, I think that that would be most effective, but the problem is we'd actually have to do it. Observing our political process in action makes me think it's highly unlikely that we're going to get a bunch of representatives to sit down, learn about this, and then enact sweeping changes to intellectual property law in the US so users control their data. We could go the policy route where social media companies say, you know what, you own your data, you have total control over how it's used. The problem is that the revenue models for most social media companies rely on sharing or exploiting users' data in some way. It's sometimes said of Facebook that the users aren't the customer, they're the product. And so how do you get a company to cede control of their main asset back to the users? It's possible, but I don't think it's something that we're going to see change quickly. So I think the other path that we can go down to be more effective is one of more science. It's doing science that allowed us to develop all these mechanisms for computing this personal data in the first place. And it's actually very similar research that we have to do if we want to develop mechanisms that can say to a user, here's the risk of that action you just took. You know, by liking that Facebook page or by sharing this piece of personal information, you've now improved my ability to predict whether or not you're using drugs or whether or not you get along well in the workplace. And that, I think, can affect whether or not people want to share something, keep it private, or just keep it offline altogether.
I wish I knew what she was saying.
You can also look at things like allowing people to encrypt data.
I totally agree with her.
So it's kind of invisible and worthless to sites like Facebook or third-party services that access it, but that select users who the person who posted it want to see it have access to see it. This is all super exciting research from an intellectual perspective, and so scientists are going to be willing to do it. So that gives us an advantage over the law side. One of the problems that people bring up when I talk about this is,
forget law.
If people start keeping all this data private, all those methods that you've been developing to predict their traits are going to fail. And I say, absolutely, and for me that's success. Because as a scientist, my goal is not to infer information about users, it's to improve the way people interact online. And sometimes that involves inferring things about them. But if users don't want me to use that data, I think they should have the right to do that. I want users to be informed and consenting users of the tools that we develop.
Come on, I can't wait.
So I think encouraging this kind of science and supporting researchers who want to cede some of that control back to users and away from the social media companies means that going forward, as these tools evolve and advance, means that we're going to have an educated and empowered user base. And I think all of us can agree that that's a pretty ideal way to go forward. Thank you.
Great. I watched the whole thing and she didn't even give me the solution? God damn it. That issue is so much on my mind. She was very wordy about it. But if you scrape away 80% of the nonsensical dialogue, or I'm sorry, redundant, I mean, maybe that video is just old, I don't know. But like, that is huge issue. And I played the music during it, you guys, honestly, because it kind of like mess with, if I play a TED video and I export to YouTube, YouTube sometimes, or maybe always, recognizes it. I'm not trying to get past anything, but sometimes it'll like, it just causes problems. It just causes problems. So I was hoping adding the music. Hey, Twitch frickin' keeps shutting off the sound too. It's all a big mess. But I'm nervous hitting. You guys like. I'm nervous hitting like all the time because I know when I hit like, it's gonna put me in a category. And what I also know is I don't know what category that is because the way they have it mapped out, I don't know if she was clear about it. But in her example, by liking curly fries could indicate that I am of a certain religion, believe it or not. Two unrelated things. That's the real craziness about the social media analytics, is that it doesn't mean that I'm hungry or that I like fast food. It means something completely different when you compile all the data, because it's all just one huge, what is it called? All those intersecting pie charts. All right, let's continue. Thanks for sticking around with me, and I'm getting from I'm getting a message from Unicorn Cake. I'm gonna send her a quick message. We cook at home dinner. Not only does it save money, but it's healthier, and some meals take longer to do than others. Like, we had pork loin that took 3 hours, ribs or whatever. So we end up discussing dinner kind of early. Okay, now let's get on to so Tech Mighty sent me a Skype. Tassu had a helper lined up, but I'm asking Tech Mighty what she needs to know. Okay, now Big Dad had sent me a message that I have been meaning to respond. I tried, Big Dad, by the way. I try not to send you. I know you go to school, and so I try not to send you messages during the day. I'm just getting a friend request. I accepted it. I'm trying to get to where I'm pulling up Big Dad's message, which I have right here. Okay. So, hope it's not too, you know, me and Mac been through this before. I'm just gonna share it for everyone here on the stream. Okay, maybe I can go. Can I close some of these things? Huh. I can't. Maybe if I go like that. How's that? So frustrating. I want to get better at that. I love sharing my Facebook chats on stream, but they're the most like freaking personal. I'm just gonna do a quick Google for a Facebook chat client. Facebook Messenger for desktop. Where do you get that? There's a Facebook Messenger for desktop? Windows. Chrome. Who makes this? Let's try it. This is the Chrome one, not the desktop one. I don't, if it's Chrome, it's not as much as an install, right? Let's see if this will work. Okay, how do I use it? Go. Do it. Damn it, what? Do it. Do it. What the hell? I added it. Oh my gosh. So you go to... How do you... I'm not sure how to do it. Chromecast. I'm pissed off right now. I forgot how you find your oh my gosh. What's up, Dr. Mick? Welcome back. I'm like, in the old, there was a time I couldn't get the stupid Chrome apps away from me. Now I don't even know where they are. What's this? Alright, here's a button. Let's try this button. Here we go. Facebook. Press the enter key to send a message. That's supposed to be an option whether you want return to send it or not. Why is that? Well. Okay. Not my smoothest. Not my smoothest. Not by far not my smoothest But here we go. Right. So Big Dad is going to demo Crisis, which is, to my knowledge, the best game engine, the most high-end game engine available. And I think, you know what's funny? I think Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was made in I think Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was made in Crytek. I'm not sure. I think it was. I don't know. But and he is, anyways, Crytek is an engine not a lot of people have seen. We've all seen Unity. Many have seen Unreal. Oh, CryEngine. Okay. And a lot of people have not seen the CryEngine. A lot of people have not. So that's going to be super duper exciting. I just want to make sure everything's cool with you, Mac. No worries. There's plenty of time. I just wanted to point out if you know those Heartland Gaming posters, if you could take pictures of where you leave and post them. Would be awesome, because it's just more points for you. It's like you post, you leave a stack wherever, take a picture of, like, you know, try to get the name of the store or where, your school, whatever you did. You know, it's not a pressure thing, but if you do, it shows, one, that you did it, two, it lets them know where it was so they can kind of organize it, and three, it gets you like points towards this expo that you can cash in on who knows what. You know, the more you do for them, the more they're gonna be grateful, right? But it's also just really good content. But the main win, man, is we gotta post Tulsa Game Masters that you're gonna be demoing Crytek. I wouldn't stress at all. I mean, you can, as long as you can run it and click through it and talk about it, you'll be fine. I mean, it doesn't have to be a you're not gonna get graded on it. You're not gonna, like, it's not your final. It's not school at all. It's more of a chance to get practice speaking and get practice presenting, as well as get really good feedback. The people in the audience, their skill level is like growing each Tulsa Game Master that people are attracting. You just never know what's gonna happen when you put yourself out there. So we're really glad that you're in. We're really looking forward to it. I'm just hoping you could start sharing the pictures of where you've been posting the stuff, just to kind of, like, it just makes me and you look that much bigger. Cause, like, while other people took a poster and did nothing, it's like, oh, yo, we did a stack here and a stack there. I'm going to be taking some myself. I'll even do it right now. Watch. I'll do it right now. just looking for some tape. I know. I got tons of it. I'm gonna take a quick picture. Oh, I don't know if I can. My battery's too low. Alright. You know how your battery, if your battery, do you guys have your Samsungs do that? Where if your battery's too low, it won't take a picture. Yeah, it's not that it won't not use flash, it just won't take a picture at all. That's a bigger problem. I'm going to charge it. Should have been doing that already. I had meant to. Cool, Bartlesville, awesome. Try to like make the picture cool. Like, it's just gonna be more points for you. Like, get like a guy that works there with his badge, or like get you like putting it up by the sign. Like, you don't have to, but there's a chance here to kind of like develop your photography eye. And like, it's kind of like, because as a game developer, every time you make media, it's kind of a chance to improve your skill, as well as kind of show your skill level. Like, when some person takes a picture and versus how a game developer takes a picture, ours should be better. We should care more about the way it looks. Is it interesting? Is it entertaining? Does it look good? Is it funny? Is the lighting right? And over time, it just becomes second nature, where it's like no matter what you do, you can do no wrong. Everything you're doing is looking great because you've taken it very seriously. Other people with their phones are just like click, 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 selfie, click, click, click. You know, they're not really. You approach it professionally, you're gonna have a much higher chance dominating a higher paying salary at a game studio or wherever, because The world is media. What can we make to put on the internet? That is pretty much the economy. I mean, if we didn't have to still eat and sleep, this real world we're in now would be over. It's on the way out. All right, the reason why this is here is how do you share a GIF on Facebook? I'm just curious. Use Giphy. Alright. That was a terrible GIF, by the way. So you can't. I was just looking at how you can post animated GIFs or GIFs on Facebook. I know that you can't. Like, it'll just show the first thing. Like, you can't. But you can do embedded video, and then there's this thing called Giphy. I don't know, but that's one way. I'm gonna try it. Okay. I am supposed to I'm gonna save this picture for a website that Tech Mighty got of our missing CSS. Syntastu did not come back, to my knowledge, which kind of threw off that plan, but it's okay. He's been doing a phenomenal job. Though I don't think right now we have very many commits for our game. That's not good. Alright. It's not good at all. Okay. Saving this. This is obviously missing some whatever. So we're gonna get rid of that. And I'm gonna make a decision about this USB Go. They're like $3. They're basically $3, and they let you can plug a keyboard into your phone. So I'm just gonna pick one out and order it. It's $3 or whatever. I don't know, $5. Let's see which one. I'm gonna go by rating. This is a 2-pack. Why would I need more than one? This is for S3. I'm gonna get one by rating. I want one with the power adapter. See, it bums me out that oh, they say this one is bad. But the reason what they don't know is the power is not for the phone. The power is for the USB device. And so... Man, I love this one. Man, that's only 99 cents. Damn. 99 cents for that? This one is really neat. I love this one. I'm gonna get it. I'm tied between these two. I'm gonna get this one. Does it say for... Yep, let's get it. Is it free shipping? Wait. Oh, I can't get free shipping on... I'll be done with this in just a quick moment. Let me... Hey, it said $2. It's not $2. Here it is. Oh. So they're $5. I want to get this one with dual because you can have mouse and keyboard. This one with just one. Let's get this one, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. $7.49. Damn. Damn, 26 to 43 days. It's so I can use a mouse and keyboard with my phone. That's crazy, huh? Oh, I even had $5 remaining from a gift card. This isn't gonna cost me any money. I'd ordered some controllers and it left my Amazon account. I'd ordered some controllers and it left my Amazon account in a weird state, thinking I'm trying to ship to the UK. I bought a stupid cord to $3 that will make it so I can use a mouse and a keyboard with my phone. There's 2 types, Dr. McKiller. It said that it was. Yeah, I know what you mean too, man. Because like the Samsungs, they have all these really weird adapters. You think it's not gonna work? Now you got me worried again. It said it, but yeah, it's. I know exactly what you mean because. See, it says Samsung Galaxy S4 right here. That's what I have. I don't know how long I'm gonna have it. I might not even have it that long. You guys seen that new Walmart deal? Unlimited everything for like $30 a month? What the hell? I don't know. I'm gonna trust it. Alright, let's move on. I feel like tweeting this out, but maybe that's too much. Yeah. Cool, Dr. Mick. That's cool you got one too. Alright, for Super BitCon, I have to post I'm gonna post here where to get. Oh, welcome back. I'm gonna have a welcome back like cha-ching thing coming soon. I got a little list of like cha-chings, and oh, that's one of them. But this is where I'm gonna post for the panel, so real fast. I'll show you the sign if you didn't. So this is the schedule. Why didn't it? There we go. Why is it not bigger? Go bigger. It used to be able to zoom. There we go. That's weird, you click zoom in it. But you'll see that here on 11:45 a.m. I'm hosting a thing. So let me get the date right. March 28th is a Saturday. Yep. Alright. But I don't have any guests lined up. And it's in Oklahoma City, which is an hour or 2 hours away. So what I'm going to do, there's a huge... The game development scene is larger in Oklahoma Game City. There's more people, it's more of a tech city, and they've been doing it longer. So that's why I started all the Tulsa ones, because there was none. So I'm going to post in here. Now, I don't know how to tag all this stuff, though. This is where it goes crazy. hosting panels on March 2010 for Super BitCon, and would love I want to wait till my video comes out. Shoot. Crap. I want to wait till my video is out. Damn it. Damn it. You guys know what video I'm talking about? This. This video is not officially released yet.
So I was one of the original programmers at THQ back when they had, right before they were even a video game company, they were a toy company. And for them, I was lead programmer, lead designer on their New Line Cinema license, The Mask. This is Super Bassmasters Classic. The team I worked with on this, I still to this day, we're tight and love it too. TopCaster is the only game in history that is being crowd developed on the game development channel on Twitch. And it's a game for Twitch in that all the bosses are personalities on Twitch. So it's Twitch making Twitch for Twitch. And very first time we're going to show this game publicly will be at Super BitCon 2015.
My name is Matt Harmon from Bonozo Apps, and I am Super BitCon.
It post. When, if it comes out publicly, or I'm just replying to the Super BitCon. When you guys. A great place for me to get my TopCaster signs. I'm gonna have to get TopCaster signs, you guys. And even yeah, we're gonna wait till I can. That video I just showed isn't actually released to the public. That's an unlisted URL, so that's why it's not going crazy. Oh, the lighting in my video, and yeah, they didn't use a post process. So if you guys were here yesterday, you'll know they actually installed new lights yesterday. The lighting now would be better. It's dark here because the lights above me are burnt out. And now you see my face. If you look in the past, as before yesterday, this side was always dark. And then it's fixed now. No, but yeah, that could have been fixed in post-production. You guys have seen me do it. I remove lights on stream live all the time. Hype music. God, I want to get to where I can just hit a button and it like goes. Just doing some cleanup of some tabs. You know, I've been, man, I don't know what to do. The commits on the game are really too low. It's because, crap. I'm gonna send Mr. Ogam like a wave message on, Slack. Just Fubork was adding Stormtrooper helmets and armor to the trolls yesterday. You guys missed that. What's up, Inventor? I have something for you, Inventor. This is for you, Inventor. Man, Inventor, I wish you were on fire, man, because I haven't gotten any commits today, and it was like, I know you could do them, but damn. Oh well. To my knowledge, the FCC vote on network neutrality was today, and it was declared a public utility, and that's a victory. But I'm not actually that. I'm just celebrating the vote. I don't. It's not the kind of thing I've invested a lot of energy in because, in my opinion, that was kind of a known that we would have to. To me, it was obvious that would have to be. That's the wise choice to stay competitive in the global market. We can't be the only country that's freaking taxing the net and bandwidthing and all this crap and no one else is. That would be stupid. We would be hurting ourselves.
Just another freak.
Yeah, Inventor, I need to see more commitment. You made a lot of false promises in a row. You kept saying you would, and you had all this free time, and then you didn't execute. So as much as I'd like to, as much as I need to, unfortunately, it costs us more damage when you say you'll do something and don't many times in a row than it does me trying to get you to do something. Wait, does that make sense? I'm better off getting nothing. I'm better off saving the hassle, the time, because I don't think you underestimate how much time I spent with you. That was I'm sorry for that loud sound. That was that new Facebook Chrome plugin I added. I'll keep an eye on that. Oh. Oh, there's a notification sound. I can disable it. Desktop notifications. Huh. Alright, that's interesting. Yeah, but again, we've talked about this on stream. When real life gets you, that's the time to communicate to the team, and it prevents you from looking like a total douchebag. You should. Everyone that's claimed they don't have a minute to kind of like, for example, I want some Crusha. He's perfect at it. He lets us know when the bandwidth is too tight, and it's professional. And whether it's volunteer or not, you just don't want to be a douchebag. You don't want it to be like you're giving false hopes and you're empty promises and leaving people hanging. It's very, whether it's work related or social, that's just not, it's just disregard for your fellow man, you know, to be honest. It's selfish. There was a valuable lesson there to be learned, which is to try to get a better handle on separation and time to yourself and stuff. Hence now how I'm on here a half an hour after I meant to be snoozing. Well, yeah, again, so if you're just chatting to hang out, obviously you can't do any dev anyways. I mean, you're more than welcome to, of course. I love your company. But if you're already past your ability to do anything, then we shouldn't even be talking about it, really. We only want to discuss deving when people are in dev mode. It's been a hassle when people are not in dev mode and they want to chit chat about dev. It turns out it's not been productive. It's like when they're at their terminal, ready to open Unity, that's when they're not gonna close it till they complete something. That's when we want to talk dev. All the other times are just a waste. There's not even a point in like planning it or getting your mind work towards it. It's turned out over time, we've learned here on the TopCaster channel, that it's just a waste overall. Yeah, and as far as the length of time it takes, if you have to have a 30-minute time limit, you shouldn't dev either. It's because it just takes as long as it's going to take, and you just do it until it gets finished. That doesn't mean it can't roll over to the next day or whatever, but if the whole pressure of I got to get it done under 30 minutes or I need a task to be on 30 minutes, well, what happens is when you're at minute 28 and it's not ready, everything freaks out. People just start making more mistakes, start taking lazy choices, blaming other people. Just the bad decision making just really escalates. So we don't want to dev on that frame of mind either, where there's some pressing short-term time limit. And if anything's that simple to fix, I mean, come on. So it's like, what's the value of that? Thanks for fixing that spelling error. I mean, is that the kind of task you want? Like, that's no value. Who cares? You want to do something that, like, one, kind of enhances your skill, and two, helpful to the team. You want to feel good about yourself that you've done something important. You don't want to just be like a frickin', a person that types in someone's handwritten letter, do you? I mean, what kind of job is that? Inventor stuff. Now we're talking. Yes. Inventor stuff. If you're interested in joining back on this team, can you kind of post a message to all of TopCaster Dev, whether they're here or not, in the Twitch chat about your commitment level? We understand if you don't have the time, but we want to be treated with a little, this is going to be a very whatever. There's a lot of moving parts. And if someone's, I talk about this every day, man. I'm not gonna go over it again. Yeah, post in the chat whatever you want. Just say something to the team about how, you know, this go around will be different than the last go around. Because I gotta tell you, we've had a lot of level designers work on the game, and the reality is I really enjoy doing it with you a lot. I like the way that you are inventor of stuff. I like your approach to the Unity tool. I really do. I don't want to put down the work of anybody else prior, but at the same time, I really, you know, think you're one of the better level designers we had, if not the best. So if you could just do a little level design, this team is going to be sitting fat because we got the right guy. We didn't, you know, we're not stuck with the other people. I don't want to take away from what they're doing too. They can make, whether they're behind or in front, they can make it up easily with just a few more mouse clicks. Anybody that's hungry for some TopCaster credit and get in on the crowdfunding and all the hype train, there's a definite, anyone can rise or fall on this project because you get out of it what you put into it. But again, inventor stuff, I really do enjoy your approach. Okay. Well, that's good enough. Alright, what I'm gonna do is re-add you to the Bitbucket so that you can get latest. When will you be able? When will we be able to get latest and run it and make sure that it works? And welcome back, Inventor. Damn it, I keep forgetting what I'm doing here. Now, what I don't remember is your Bitbucket name. That's gotta be you. That's you. Alright. We're back on the Bitbucket. Congratulations. And I'm going to add you back on the Slack. And now you're back on the Slack. We're not going to add you back onto the Skype. We're actually trying to get off Skype. Hey, Sintasu. Sintasu's back. This isn't going to look... I just added inventor stuff back to the Slack and the Bitbucket. In tribute to that, I got this for Sintasu. Yeah, what's that, Big Dad? I have a feeling I already anticipated. That gift though. Oh, I gotta respond to Jordan Newman. I'm sorry, Frosty40. Frosty40. Man, Big Dad, how much is that? Well, don't panic, Big Dad. You and I are smart cats, and we got time. We got time on our side. We'll figure out a way. And worst case scenario, worst case, if we can't do it, we'll just do something else. But it's too early to make that call. I didn't know about the money stuff. Yeah. Hopefully, wow. Just do what you can and hang in there. Hang in there. I got your back. All right. I have I'm supposed to respond to Frosty40. So Frosty40. Yo, think we can do another lunch? I have 2 proposals I have for you outside of wanting to discuss a landing strategy for these events. I'm going to go ahead and speak, so let's create a couple scenarios that sound good for both of us. Hi Frosty. Excuse the delay in responding. How you been? Sounds great. If it helps, can chat, message, talk, etc. if easier than lunch. And 2, always able to meet after TGM. If scheduling that being said, would love to meet up. What's on your mind and hear what's on your mind. If not concise enough to share here. Name the time and place. By the way, I do like Mediterranean. I think we exhausted Rib Crib was there for for a while. Lols. Not my best message, but hopefully they'll get the gist of it. He's a really smart, nice guy, and the longer I take to perfect a message, the more time passes. Oh, Big Dad, when I was saying anticipated, I wasn't anticipating that you weren't coming through. No. You've been solid as a rock. I mean, when you've had problems, you know, you and I have a great communication. It was that I anticipated until you've actually ran the program, we wouldn't know for sure it was going to work out. And now we are at that. You got to know, this is what I do for a living, man. I always always have my plan B, because plan A never works. Plan A never works. It's a myth. It's just, the reality is you need plan C's, D's, and then unbelievable plan E's, which do exist. Big Dad, when it comes to figuring out the problem on your subscription, it may not be apparent, but most likely it should all be fairly solvable in short order. But yeah, admittedly, I've been involved in some things where it's kind of unclear who I'm supposed to ask what. a lot of times I don't even realize the problem's fixable with my own user settings. Like, I go through their whole ticket system just to find out I could have fixed the whole thing myself. It happens to me all the time. David B144 lets us know he still loves Vista, baby. If you're talking about Windows Vista, I use Windows Vista on the, you can't see it right now, but in this room above my top right, there's a Windows Vista machine that I still use to this day. Windows Vista is like what makes Windows 7. It's like, that's how they made Windows 7, by like making Vista, fixing the user controls, and then that's Windows 7, right? Here we go. We got the latest 8-bit by the balls. Terminator, Bonozo apps. How's your stream been going, David B? By the way, everyone, David B is a streamer. I'm pretty... Did I get that wrong? No, you stream, don't you? I thought that you streamed for some reason. Oh, you know what it is? It's Watson. You got some views. Yeah, look. Yeah, you're a streamer. That's right. I already have my, yeah, yours, see. Maybe not very fleshed out here. But, oh, I still love Vista, baby. Baby. I did get to meet Arnold working on the Terminator 3 game. I don't think I ever mentioned that on before, but it was pretty cool watching him play my game. You're in a good mood, David B. So let's take a look at Dr. McKiller, latest version of this music. So what I'm gonna do, I actually have a message waiting for the, I'm currently gonna slot that song for our intro sequence for TopCaster. I owe the storyboard creator a message. I'm gonna message him right now. Let me first read what Big Dad wrote. It's just freaking, he tries to renew it, he's just like, take him back to the home screen, dude, man. I feel you, dude. I totally feel you. It's like, that's kind of a weird thing. When you order something, it's like, because you're paying, you always expect it to work. Alright, so I'm going to message, oh, if you post it in here, you don't get the, ooh, I learned a problem with using that messenger that I don't like. You don't get the fetch, the scrape. That's a bummer. Oh, that makes the Chrome version not so desirable. You don't get the scrape. Normally, if you post a link in Facebook Messenger, it will scrape a preview. Smask 1212, welcome. How is your day going?
So I was one of the original programmers at THQ.
I'm messaging the Super Bitcoin guys. I'm asking them to use that video for a link because besides the title only being awkward as and having no description. You guys ever spell awkward wrong? I always do. I did not work on Battlefield. No. Your English is fine, Smask. I don't. You said it's good. It's 11 p.m. in Denmark right now, so my day is near the end. Sorry for my bad. Your English was perfect. Sin, did you see Tech Mighty? I had a female here named Fatima who was looking at helping on the website. She's someone that I worked with 2.5 years ago. Her name is, this is her name. Fatima, Fatima, I'll type in her name. Oop, there it is on screen. I'm taking it off. But her Twitch name is Tech Mighty. She, we went through the website together. We took screenshots. We found a couple things we wanted to change. We don't have to. I'm only doing it because, as you know, we've had very limited development on the site since last weekend. It's almost been a whole week will have passed with not very many changes. And you know it's the cornerstone of our project. That all being said, you're doing a fantastic job. And as long as you know you're going to be slam dunking it all over the place left and right and working with me on it, everything's fine. But if you wanted to have some help from Tech Mighty, I don't know, I thought maybe you'd like to work with somebody else on it. I don't know, just an idea. But if that was the case, how would you get her to work with you on it? The Terminator game that the one that you're thinking of reminds me of the game that the other team made. Theirs came out like a year after ours. There's actually been quite a few Terminator games, but the one that oh crap, Sintatsu, I apologize. Let me check it. Whoa. Well, that's even worse. I think you did tell me about this all, by the way. But, man. I don't know what to do. The end of the stream is happening for me, you guys, by the way. And that's been planned. Like, it's not spontaneous. Cool. We got a message from cool, inventor of stuff. She's PHP programmer. That's all she does is PHP. That's her only, to be honest, that's all she does. If it was for art, she wouldn't need access to the website, right? Well, I guess she would. You're right, you're right. I'm gonna send a message to Crusha. That we are ready for those street signs. So, inventor of stuff, what we want you to do your homework on and solve. Where's lack? You mean LaRoque? I'm not sure what you mean by lack. That's my guess of trying to inventor of stuff. I'm hoping you're watching the stream, but as you know, we have sections. We want to make it that. Yeah, he says last time we spoke with him, which was about a week or two, or a couple weeks ago, he said that he's trying to get a job to move out of his parents' house. And he sent us over some cars. Okay, no, actually, inventor of stuff. Can we continue with where we left off? That's what we want to do. Good point, Syntaxi. So, well, the PayPal thing is huge, bro. Damn, I can't. It sucks that I lose Twitch. I lose the Twitch URL. It sucks, man. That drives me. It's like, imagine your whole, you're a streamer, and for whatever reason, your ISP router, DNS, whatever, messes up. The only URL messes up is twitch.tv. That would just drive you insane. to run is gonna be in the game. The urn, I'm sorry, the urn. This is, by the way, David B, this is gonna be like this. There's gonna be an item in the game. And it's gonna be the urn. I can ping twitch.tv. Wait, if you guys ping that, it doesn't work? Oh, it doesn't work? That's working. What do you mean? But maybe you're right. We are going to give everybody, ladies and gentlemen, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, the achievement awarded to inventor of stuff on a, how do we say, on a comeback achievement. Congratulations, inventor of stuff. You've earned the comeback achievement. And it, man, I'm afraid I misspelled that. Let me check it. No. Congratulations, inventor of stuff. Inventor of stuff came in, disappeared, came in yesterday, had a good attitude, took the heat, took some more heat today, kept his cool, got latest, did a commit. Excellent. Thank you for not disappointing me or the team or the backers or the game fans. And when given the opportunity, you did another commit. Now, I do challenge you to see if you can in fact complete what I highly really require, which is I need to make this van explode. You know, I think you can do it. I wouldn't ask. You know, when I shoot this trash can, it falls apart. We just want the same thing with the van. Alright? See, it's not falling apart. So, see, is it gonna work if I go to twitch.tv? Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. So basically pinging Twitch always fails. Is what you're saying. No? I forgot. Ping is an actual server, right? It's not an actual thing. See, your guys doesn't do that, right? 192, it's messed up. It's broken. Wow, Big Dad. Is it Raccoon Media's? I don't know. Oh, by the way, Shivers, welcome back. And I was following those guys on the Greek level the last I checked a few days ago, because I follow them on the Twitter. It said that they still hadn't gotten it into the asset store. But I'll go ahead and show you the cars. I don't know where they came from. I mean, I can find out. Are these them? You should be able to recognize them. There. We're gonna put more cars in the game. Hey Sintasu, I totally want to chat about, but you kind of nailed it, bro. Like, PayPal is the critical component because that's how we get money, and we need money to keep the team together, happy, and the game up to everyone's standards. And we also need that feedback. I'm not going to promote the site unless it's accepting money, man. That's a waste of my promotion efforts. It's cool, Big Dad. You just go through the motions, and maybe later on or now or whenever you kick around what we could do instead of Crytek. Maybe we just show off all the games you made and how you made them, or whatever else you want. Sintasu, I am looking at I am closing down the stream shortly. It's really about the PayPal button. Is this about Tech Mighty, Fatima? Because that I understand would be a chat, but in the end, we just need to be able to accept money. You just do it. Like, add a PayPal button. Done. You know? I mean, there's obviously a little more than that, but the rest is going to be the obvious part. We need that. Right. Yeah, well, once I close the stream, I drive home. I don't live far at all, but I drive home, and then when I go in the door, I have to, like, you know, hang up my clothes, you know, turn the computers on. You know what I mean? Hey, Walrus Moss, Mr. Stream Person, who I don't know the name of. Do you agree with me that net neutrality will end up hurting the consumer, as a business must charge higher prices to maintain the same profit? Lots of word, I know. Hey, it's a great question. It's actually one of the better net neutrality comments we had. If you guys don't know, the FCC here in the United States voted on the net neutrality today, and they voted 3-2 that it's a public utility. I'm not an expert on really any of that, but that has a nice ring to it, right? It's kind of what we were all hoping for deep down. But I'm going to read your question again. Mr. Stream Person, my name is Matt. You can call me Bonozo. You can call me Top Dev. No, but do you agree with me that net neutrality will end up hurting the consumer, as a business must charge higher prices to maintain the same profit? All right. I'm going to be straight with you. I'm even going to take the time and comment. I'm going to be very straight with you. I don't understand bandwidth economics. I don't. But what I have noticed, this is what I've noticed in my lifetime. There were landlines. There was cable. There were pagers. There were cell phones. There was ISDN, internet over the phone. There was internet through the cable, satellite TV, satellite cable. There was a time when a business like Netflix, probably only like, let's just say 10 years ago to make up a number, would conceivably be impossible because the cost of bandwidth would be so freaking high that it would never work. You would have to charge like $1,000 a month just to be able to watch like 10 movies. There's technologies on the internet called, such as multicasting, which basically kind of make it, you really only need to stream once, and then all those copies are then duplicated kind of near the endpoints, let's just say at the ISP. So it's really not always bandwidth, whatever. There's video compression, and then there's fiber optics, there's copper. What I'm trying to say is, I believe that the internet bandwidth, I'm gonna make up a number. I'm gonna make up a number. 10 years from today will be 100 times higher and cheaper. And that's because it's just my belief, give or take, and it's because I believe what we're selling is frickin' electrons, and there's frickin' plenty of them. So, and the irony with the internet is the internet accelerates things, because since all it is doing is enabling communication faster and thicker, faster, more, the rate of invention is going higher and higher and higher and higher, and I actually believe we're only at the infancy state. I still believe we're like in the first or second inning of this, what the internet's going to do to our lives. Like, I don't even consider self-driven cars as like, even, like, that's like the fourth inning or third inning. I don't even consider that. I still consider that as part of the infancy of what the internet's going to do. There are still many, many things I cannot do with my smartphone because I do not have enough bandwidth. For example, I cannot stream real time onto Twitch very well. That's a very simple thing. When they make the Star Wars movies, they pay extra buku money because the sound is done in Australia, and then Skywalker Ranch, this is before the Disney thing, is in Cali or whatever, and so that means it would go west. But like, bandwidth. My point is, what I'm trying to say is, I have a feeling the technology for like crazy high internet is not expensive. It's just more of like going through all the steps so everyone can milk each building block, to get, I don't know, dude. All I know is the internet is gonna make the internet cheap, because we're gonna figure out a way to do it a lot easier and a lot more. And Cybertech comments on profit. It's kind of a nice thing about the modern day world is like we're slowly kind of like seeing the cracks in like capitalism, and it's why crowdfunding and kickstarting are so big, because they're selling. Like before, we'd have to wait till a board approved the thing, and now that we're like, hey, I got an idea and the means to do this. Do you guys want one? And if we got enough of them, I'll actually be able to afford it for that price. Like, it's so brilliant. And so if we can get that from idea to market loop even shorter, I mean, kickstarting will probably be like the way everything is purchased, because it'll always be the right amount of units. Like, there won't be inventory. There won't be like clearance items. Like, it's like, dang, no one really wanted that stupid thing. It's 90% off. It's like, those problems are gonna... I am a business person. I do a lot of business. I've been in business. I was born an entrepreneur. I've been a game developer and entrepreneur my entire life. And I also do study economics a lot. And as far as... I guess my answer to your question, Walrus Moss, is a no. No, I don't. I mean, short-lived, sure. A lot of people are going to survive and fail in this day and age. Failure is going to happen a lot quicker. Success will happen a lot quicker, and success will be less short-lived, more, and it's kind of like, I don't really know how to say it, but the future looks really good. it looks like as long as you try to do something for somebody other than just yourself, you're gonna have a great life. It just seems like if you only do shit for yourself, you're screwed. But if you do shit for two people, you're gonna reap rewards. It just seems like that's just as simple as I could put it. I hope that answers your question. Yeah, I like that you brought something up. I believe the internet bandwidth is going to be 10 to 100 times higher than it is today in 10 years. So probably much more closer to the 100 side. I don't know. Yeah, cool. No, you can disagree. The best way to act on business decisions is to actually do them, right? Like whether it's buying a stock or buying, you know, and then that way, if you're the right, you benefit directly, and then you also get like those bragging rights. You get like the see I told, because like the whole I told you so thing is like no one really digs that. But if you're like I told you so and I started a business doing it or I invested in it and won, like yo, I bought Bitcoin 10 years ago, suckers. Instead of like I knew about Bitcoin 10 years ago. That's when you were like a real professional badass. So my point to what I'm saying is what if you're talking about tiered bandwidth and all that stuff, I think it's all redundant because I'm gonna be able to have like the fastest bandwidth ever for nothing because the technology is going that way at light speed, literally. I don't know. I have a feeling internet access is gonna cost like pennies, man, for like, you know, gigabyte, whatever. It's the whole world needs it too much, and it's the kind of thing that just keeps improving. I don't know. It's like this new Moore's law. It's like Moore's exponential law, where the internet makes inventing happen so much faster, and what we're dealing with is just moving bits. So and you can do that with light. So it's like it just seems like how much light can you put in a bottle? It just seems like kind of a simple. In the end, a simple problem to understand, which ultimately may be like a simple problem to solve. Like, it just seems like, you know, it just seems like internet's costing too much as it is right now for what it does. If you want to buy faster net, you can, and you want to pay. You can pay as much money as you want to buy as much as you want. I mean, you can buy your own satellite. I don't really think anything's really lost. Okay, but Walrus Moss, welcome to the channel, and thank you so much for coming by. I would wish I could hear way more about. You probably have done more research. You probably know more about it. I think the whole chat would be very interested in discussing it on this net neutrality vote day, which we're kind of declaring a victory, and it's great to have you. I am going to my next plans for the day, for lack of a better word, I guess. I will be back tomorrow. Right, and yeah, these problems are all solvable, man. You know it, you know it. We can kickstart our own cable company, I bet you, Cybitech. So, I will be back online tomorrow. If you're a dev, I still will be in the Slack working with you and it's still early. I'm only really half through the day, but it has been a 5-hour stream today. Usually I do 6 to 8. Excuse me for that. Can't win them all. Can't win them all. But I will see you tomorrow, and thank you for coming.
I said I'll never make it. I don't have the skill. Empty my clip, still don't have a kill. Say what you doing? You're such a noob. Quit Twitch streaming, go back to YouTube. But I'll show them. I'll become the master. I'll become Twitch's TopCaster. Yes, I'll show them. I'll become the master. I'll become Twitch's TopCaster. Yeah, yeah.